September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. Better not show any signs of weakness today, or it'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. We have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. Let me call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Witness testimony, Maya's Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? Couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, might I just throw something at me? What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in Witch's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed in the scene. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay. Impressed. Not sure it did much though. Right, please continue. There are 2 people there already. Defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. We arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just one second. Yeah. If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its disadvantages. Yes! Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found in the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why did you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed if I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Disappearance, I suppose, is on the scene of the crime. On a memorized on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh, then who did write it, smarty pants? Who? The killer? The killer! Anyone can see that. Oh, you're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed! Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal! Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Letters showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective? The right hand. What was the paper? Dang it. The right hand. She was right-handed. Ha ha ha! Nice try. Uh-oh. Guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure! It happens all the time in books and the movies! This isn't a movie, Detective. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of any cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name, especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well. That's right! What he said! That's his whole testimony. Okay. There has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Okay, the suspect examined the scene with his own eyes. Instantaneous. Found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Found the word Maya was included in blood. Letters still showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger before she died. Before? Objection! Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note? That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying. Well, what? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course you wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately! But... no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When... yesterday? Ah, shoot. The day of? It was the day of, right? I think so. The day of? I'm pretty sure it was the day of the murder. You're wrong there, pal. We didn't write an autopsy report till the day after. Oh, right. Prosecution's point being? That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright? You look shocked. Something you want to say? We're all shams. I mean, I would actually agree with that one. Detective's a sham? Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report? I thought... Detective Gumshoe? I'm disappointed in you handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. What? But... Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. That's a report updated in the court record. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was intent to find the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder from her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service. Wink. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She sort of captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay and Cole offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Witness's account. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy-witsy. Wink. Oh. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm. Didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey! How dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes! I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination, if only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. It's like 9 a.m. It was 9, yeah. And then ooh, I saw long hair being attacked. Okay. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know, she had a girl's physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There's only one person at the scene of the crime with a short girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Do I get anything with questioning? I can't question that because it was only her. I don't know who else was there. Testimony certainly does make sense. Everyone in the courtroom keeps siding with her. Better not press too hard on this one. Yeah. So then, tell us what happened to the victim. Oh shoot, I'm losing my voice already. No, I'm like dodged to one side to run away. She dodged? Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please continue your testimony. But that girl, she got up to her and she hit her. How did you know it was my client? Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her? She has a point. God dang it. Should I question it? Should I question it? I feel like I'm gonna be wrong about it. Testimony certainly doesn't make sense. Maybe I should just listen to the testimony again. That girl, she got up to her and then she hit her. Oh, that's it. That's all I get. I think I gotta do it. I can't think of anything. I have a bad feeling. I question your testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks! What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that. I mean, she saw something, but I'm 100% sure she's lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless about this. I mean... Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Oh, not true. Alright. Her clothes are a little weird. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo is far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, almost had her. What is this account? Part 2. I did see everything. I did! The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. The kind of statue-y clock. The thinker, I think. I didn't know it's a clock. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Teehee. How do you know it's a clock? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. It's considered a clock. I mean, it's considered a statue, right? Yep. It's a statue. I just know it's a clock. Oh, I do want to press this, though. Is that right? As in you're right? As you looked from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Excuse me? Right! It was my right hand, right! Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. And the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. Oh, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too, and he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Ooh! The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with the trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. The questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial will be over. Huh? What? So what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time. It's broken. So you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.? No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Is that even possible? The law offices of Fay & Co. where the murder took place is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, I'm not. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... yeah, well, they couldn't have run. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. Is it empty? It's technically broken, but now it's very empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... just take a look, right now. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see, the clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat! Well, Miss May. Tisk, tisk. Huh? Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty? Somehow? He knew? I'm afraid you forgot one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? Sometime earlier. If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof that you like so much. The evidence that proves when the lock was removed is in the phone, right? It's in the phone. Right? Man, statue. The clock is talking right now. Take the clock, yep.
Take that!
Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Ooh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order. The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Do you want me to hold on to the thinker for you, then? If you could, I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. A full 12 hours before. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? Store. I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. So unless I've seen it before, that would make sense. Does have any objections, Mr. Wright? So many objections. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts the piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. I mean, the clock itself, right?
Take that!
It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in the police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores! Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today. Jesus. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Oh, whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Saber May, you know the weapon was a clock because she definitely heard about it. I don't think she held it, and she definitely knew about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. This? Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. This? Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia's Faye's phone, were you not? Oh! Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that a witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? He's got me there. Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. I mean, is this? Wait, what? Wait, is he trying to just confuse me? Because she says it here, right? Yeah, it's right here. What? Okay, I think he's just trying to confuse me.
Take that!
I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used the wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May? Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer! It's no fair! All of you ganging up on me like that! Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? Oh. That did it. Of course, seeing the real Miss April May now. Now to do the final blow. Well, I don't think she did it. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't it tippity-tapping or irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Ms. May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course I can and will. You can't be serious. No way. Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why? That's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know? Like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Ice coffee? Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. I did not say she was there. I just said that she was wiretapping. So where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fade, commit murder. Now, they're going to let her just walk away? There's no way I can win this unless they tie Miss May to the murders somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. I don't think she has anything more to say. Does she have anything more to say? Crap. Ah. It's either her or the bellboy. Her or the bellboy. Her or the bellboy. I want to say the bellboy, but doesn't sound like a good idea. Crap. What does the bellboy have to offer me? I don't know. Man. What would she say if I still continued examining? I don't think I've got anything else. I think I'm gonna go with the bellboy. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you're second quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Oh, did I make the right choice? Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine that bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, that she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? Better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Accept it. Alright, I got nothing to lose except, well, everything. Understood. Accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm about to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness might begin his testimony. Very good, sir. I better find something. Space room service. I am the head bellboy at that fine Gateway Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received the call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. That's it? I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I'm screwed. Right? I'm ready. I hope. This is it. Can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now. Mine will be finished. God dang it. And bellboy. received a call after 8.
Hold it!
Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them. And I... The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Yes, what then?
Hold it!
9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. Of course, watching. 9. Time of the murder. I'll try the possessor of the time, of course. So what do I have in this?
Hold it!
Precisely 9 then? Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, teehee. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would you be so particular about that time? Dodo Dash after I guessed Miss May herself. You are sure it was Miss May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embracer, sir. Oh, gosh. Embracer? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. Jeez. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk, tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? I had to protest, but I don't know on what. Wait! Please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it. Now, this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Room service? Don't know. Tell me again about room service. Again, sir. It is exactly 9. I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. 18. Why so expensive? Gosh. I see. $18. Does that seem a bit expensive? Yeah, right? It's like, why it's so expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know. And we don't skimp on the ice, sir. What did he say? What did you say? Quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the good first there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... Wait, what? He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oof! You fool! Screwed himself over. I've done it. I've won. Miss Avermeyer checked into a twin room with a man? Correct? Yes, sir. Then when you brought the room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man with Miss May? The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof! Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss Avermeyer was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi in the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that I was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Oof! Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument and expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Mr. Wright, you're amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his with his eyes wide and trembling lips? It sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well... No, I don't think so, not yet. Oh, I see. I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May? After that, anyway. I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms will work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I want to find out more about this man. You think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of Avermeyer's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow, but now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. My testimony added to the court record. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued.